let's...
Well, guys, I'm very familiar with C.J. McCollum's college days playing.
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. So the next starting five. Durant is out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Harris in at the small forward. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. Here's Harden. Count it. And instead of just swinging the ball around the perimeter, Clark, both these teams like to run offense through the post.
And I love that, Kevin. We don't see it very often, but you're right. Both of these teams emphatic about getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the defense by driving it inside or passing it into the post. And it allows both of them to play a very high-quality inside-out game.
Here's KD. Good D by Covington.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Now, here's Nurkic, Lillard. It's hauled in by Harris. 59 seconds left in the first quarter. Outside Irving. The feed to Durant. At the elbow, it's Harris. Shot clock at 5. Irving from long range. Cans it from downtown.
You know, getting up into Irving's grill only gives him additional intensity and focus to let you have it.
McCollum against Irving. McCollum kicks to Covington. Powell inside. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Lillard against Harden. Now the pass to KD. A shot missing. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Nets lead by 3. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we... Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but Damian...
I'm training in summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for Brown, Green is out there with Brown. Then it's Harden, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 spot.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot, and paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber.
Trailblazers trail by 4. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Here's Anthony. And Portland again with the bucket.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knocks out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
This offense just continues to impress.
Yeah, getting hotter and hotter. They're really cooking now, actually cooking with gas, and you know what kind of heat that is. Fire!
Count the basket.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Harden outside. Pass to Dinwiddie. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Here's Simons. It's hauled in by Claxton. Nets leading by 4. Bobbed up there for Green.
You know, Harden will burn you when you overcommit and leave guys open. He's excellent at sensing when you're out of position.
Now here's McCollum. From deep. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Brooklyn with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see you. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5 points. And that does it for our half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Blake Griffin hits them both. 1:12 left to play in the third. Passes it to Lillard. From deep three-point range, and again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Irving passes to Harden. Irving against McCollum. Outside, KD. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. KD's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
McCollum outside. There's the 3. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 5-point game. No problems knocking that one down. Harden's got 9.
And Harden takes a lot of pride in being a hard matchup, a tough cover. I mean, he takes no time in shooting once he gets the pump.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Harden against Lillard. 6 to shoot. A rebound by the Nets. A deep 3 from Irving. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And thanks to their outstanding defense, the impact Damian Lillard has had on this game. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Nets leading by 7. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Harris. Brown out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant. And it's Green in at the center position. The Trailblazers shooting 43% from the field. Powell kicks to Lillard. Pass to Simons. From deep. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Dinwiddie's checked in for Bruce Brown. Durant. He kicks it to Green. A second chance effort. He can't get that one to fall. Now Portland takes it the other way. Anthony with it. He's picked up by KD. Lillard, right side. There's the pass to Powell. He feeds it to Nurkic. Yes! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're ahead by 5. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, James Harden.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He told them to play smart, but not to be cautious. He said, look, we got this lead by playing our way, and we'll keep it by doing the same. Guys, we'll see what happens.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They trail by 8. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, they'll need a very quick basket out of this timeout.
Yeah, and even if they get it and then get a quick foul, I'm not sure there's enough time even under that scenario.
And here's Brooklyn, leading by 5. KD against Covington. Now Kevin Durant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Beyond the arc. Lillard with the rebound. To the paint. Covington's shot is off. And that's an intentional foul. Here's Irving. So it's the Nets picking up the win. They seem to relish their role.